Yo, what's the deal?
Yo,
What's the deal? We are here. You know who we are. What's up, everybody that's tapping in? It is the Misfits Live. What's your favorite Misfits of this world? Yours truly, Mykell, Mathieu, and of course, my guy, Eric Lambkins, the second. We are the greatest tag team in the sports media thing. I'm telling you. Think of DX. Think of NWA. Think of the, what's that? The Outlaws. Think of all of the best
the
duos you
Bushwhackers.
can bushwhackers, all of the duos you can think of. We're better than that, and you are a part of it because you are here with us on this journey. Elam, say what's up to the people, man.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Merry New Year. Nah, hey, thank you for spending Christmas Eve with your favorite tag team tandem this side of the galaxy. We are the Misfits, where we encourage you not to fit in, but find a way to stand out. Listen to me. We got the ultimate Christmas show for you today. We talking everything. We going favorite Christmas traditions. We giving you a recap of the week because it's Christmas Eve and we didn't do nothing this entire time, but it's okay. It's okay. I got you,
Hey,
sweetheart.
hey, somebody called us the Hardy Boys in the chat. Shout out to Jesus. I rock with that. The
Hey,
Hardy
Jesus, man, I need those picks, bro. I need
man.
those parlays.
Fact. So, hey, we are here and we want to tell you guys so welcome back to another episode with us. We're like your favorite artist album. We just dropped and it's a bomb, and I hope y'all ready for it. But we're going to be talking, of course, the Rams. Got a big game coming up Monday after squandering the lead. We didn't really get to talk about that. So we're going to talk about it. The Chargers go into Big
I
D and
called
come
it.
out with a big
Lamster
dub.
Diamond
Uh,
strikes again.
hey,
I've been trying to tell you, boy.
Hey, shout out to the Chargers. They're looking good. Then we're gonna talk, of course. We're gonna talk the Lakers. What's going on with them? The Clippers are showing some life, Elam.
They
Uh,
still playing?
hey, still playing and actually winning, 2-game winning streak. So we're gonna get
Oh,
into it.
wow. It's time to hang up a banner for that one.
Yeah, and then we got a lot more to talk about. More, it's more than just sports here with the Misfits. We got some culture. We gotta talk. Jake Paul losing to Anthony Joshua, Dave Chappelle special, TDE Christmas was legendary, and Nicki Minaj going MAGA. We're gonna talk about it, man. So I'm happy that you guys are with us. But let's start with the Los Angeles Rams, Elam, who squandered a big lead there in the fourth quarter, and they were this close to nearly locking in that top seed, but they lose 38-37 to the Seahawks. It leads to special teams coordinator getting fired.
Chase,
What
my boy
happened,
Chase, man. They
man?
man. I kind of feel like Les Snead is the Grinch, man. You know, he stole Chase Blackburn's Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
He hit him with a lump of coal right
facts.
before Christmas last Saturday. What's crazy is I didn't necessarily think he should have been fired.
Okay.
But I understand the special teams has been a pain point all year. It cost them a game earlier against Philadelphia, and it ultimately burned them against Seattle. Now, I know that there are 49er fans out there ecstatic. I'm not going to say what I heard, but the Rams definitely dropped the ball, had me looking dumb. You know, I said that I thought the Rams would win the NFC West, and right now that's in absolute peril. There's still an opportunity for them to win the NFC West, but they need some help. You know, they need Seattle to lose one, they need 49ers to lose one, and they have to win out.
And Elam, you can't even the Rams offense did their part. They showed up, they scored 37 points. I'm going to say it again, and you've seen it all over social media. Puka Nacua is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Hey, shame on those people.
The best wide receiver won the game. He caught the game-winning touchdown.
Man, he had 4 catches.
JSN is the best wide receiver. I keep trying to tell you, bro. Puka is an all-pro. Puka's going to be first-team all-pro. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. he's going to be first team All Pro. But JSN is different, bro. JSN is like different.
Puka 225. He got the score that I thought was going to win the game, but this Rams defense, Elama, we got to talk about it because with the running game, they figure some things out. It's going. Puka
but
going
they're not
crazy.
Sticking with it. They're not sticking with it. That's the part that pains me.
Yeah, McVay has the Andy Reid problem to where he like, hey, those some nice runs, but we're not gonna give it back.
We're gonna put him in the rear view mirror. The crazy thing is, man, I think out of all the coordinators that needs to be highlighted, and I'm a huge proponent. I think he is a head coach candidate. Yeah. Chris Shula, you gotta circle the defense, the special teams. You know, Rashid Shaheed, that 58-yard touchdown,
he made a play.
That punt return, he just made a play. Yeah. The thicker kicker, Harrison Mevis, he missed the game-winning field goal. You can't really put that on a special teams coordinator. Harrison had been lights out up until that point. He pushed it wide right. They still had an opportunity to win. But when you blow a 16-point lead, personally, I'm not looking at the special teams. I'm looking at the defense.
And they got all of them dogs over there. Jared Verse, Kobe Turner, who I was like, hell, he should be defensive player of the week with the way he performed. Not only did he have the sack, 1.5.
White chocolate out in Philadelphia. That boy, he put on the show. He put on the show.
But Kobe had the 1.5 sack. He had an interception. We know what Nate Landman has been doing. Omar Spates made some plays, but it wasn't even the second half. That fourth quarter, they forgot how to play defense. I even talked to Sean McVay. What did they figure out? And he was just like, man, they were able to get big plays on us that we weren't able to do because earlier in that game, they were afraid to throw the ball with Sam Darnold. He had 5 attempts at the end of the first half, but they figured something out, and it has the Rams in a tough position that they're in now.
Did they figure something out, or were they put in a situation to where they had to pass? You got to understand, it's 3 former Niners in that organization. You got Clint Kubiak calling plays. You got Sam Darnold, who was able to get tinkered and fixed in that 49er organization. And you got the game-winning catch by tight end number 4, Eric Saubert. Listen, that game right there was absolutely bananas. I think it's one of the best games that I have ever watched. And that's the second time JSN has like completely blown me away. First time being in a Rose Bowl when he played against Utah. But listen to me, man, that game was it's playoff football. It's divisional football. So you can't really division games can go either way as is. But when you're dealing with two teams that are in the best division in the NFL, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And anything did happen.
Yeah, and they're both of those teams, fighting for something. And shout out to the former Trojan, Sam Darnold. He made some plays late that didn't look like he was going to be able to do at the beginning of the game, and they took care of business. But that was like a week ago. Next up for the Rams, they got Monday night.
A week ago.
He done fell off, bro. He talking about a fall off story. We're gonna have to do a documentary on that one. But Bobby, I'm about to say Bobby Schmurder. The Rams face off against the Falcons on Monday night in Atlanta.
Huge game.
Yeah, huge game. Because Atlanta, Kirk Cousins is playing some good football, and there's still an outside chance.
It's a game that Atlanta, if you go in there not firing on all cylinders, that is a game Atlanta can win. The Rams defense better show up. The Rams defense better show up. So I'm talking to the little homies, Jared Verse, Kobe Turner, Fiske, D Will. Listen, y'all boys better show up.
They need that
secondary. Y'all boys better show up. Y'all boys better show up.
To show up. The secondary has showed some leakage. And shout out to our guy Jesus.
But you should be getting Q Lake back. You should be getting Q Lake back. You should be getting Mykell back. I think that those reinforcements will help bolster and solidify that back end. But whatever it is, something needs to happen immediately. Wait, how they say immediately? Yeah, immediately.
But they got to take care of business, but they got to put some hope in some other people's hands. You got the Niners hosting the Bears on Sunday night. That's going to be a great game.
SEC.
Yeah, the Bears are still trying to play for the top seed. There's an opportunity for them. So that's going to be a really good game. And then the Seattle's, I might call them the Supersonics. The Seahawks has to go into Carolina, who just knocked off the Rams a couple weeks ago.
Carolina could win that game.
Yeah, they lead that division.
Could win that game.
They lead that division. So there's some opportunities there. So the Rams got to take care of their part and do their thing. So let's see what's going to happen there. But we got to talk about some stuff away from football when it comes to the Rams. I mentioned Puka Nacua, who I feel is the best receiver in football, but he's been doing some things off the field, Elam, that's kind of suspect and sus. So we got to talk about it, baby. So it all started, Puka Nacua. He was on with Aiden Ross, and he did a hand maneuver that I've never seen before.
I have. It's a caricature, so it goes back to back to Nazi Germany, where they depicted people of Hebrew descent, Jewish descent, as Jewish, as shysters, as money hungry, as conniving individuals. And it was like a little hand sign where it was like, they were like greeting individuals. And the crazy thing is, I believe Aiden Ross is Jewish, so he's telling Puka, hey, you got to do this after you score. And I think when I see Puka around the facility, I'm gonna talk to him. But I think he and Aiden were, allegedly cool. I'm not gonna say boys, but if your boy is telling you, hey, you got to do this, shout me out when you score, do this.
And that's why I'm going to say it right here. I'm going to tell Ben he's going to have to cut some up. We're going to send it directly to Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is a clown. Athletes need to stay away from this dude. He is just clearly out here doing whatever. He kind of got on, latching on to the whole hip-hop scene, and, Drake got on stream with him. And now he got money. He got the notoriety. He's just kind of doing whatever he want to do. And doing something like that to put Puka in that type of situation is like shame on you. And it should teach it should teach these athletes and rappers that, man, dude is a clown, man. Stay away from him.
Off of streamers. Stay away from streamers. That's like everybody talking about gold diggers and how quickly they can ruin your life. Listen, a streamer could do 10 times as much damage. If you're not careful.
Aiden gotta be bugged. It's like, bro, come on, man. You know what's going on. Why would you put that man in that type of situation? And we already know how that community works. What type of control they got. You can't
say. And that's the crazy thing about it, man. You gotta be careful with what you say, because if you say the wrong thing, you're gonna be just like Puka Nacua.
You're gonna get
you're gonna be putting up an apology, for saying something that came off unintentionally the wrong way and it was interpreted the wrong way. Like, that's why I just veer clear. I make sure I don't say anything disparaging whatsoever. And if you get offended, that's on you. I didn't say anything disparaging.
We're just having fun. But hey, Puka,
I'm just having a conversation.
Before Puka get his big check in the NFL, I think that he needs to kind of be low, man. Like, he needs to try. Of course, you want to show up, but like, who's his PR team?
I don't know if he needs to be low. I don't know if he needs to be. I mean, shout out to artists. Shout out to artist Twyman and the Rams, man. I think they have a remarkable PR staff over there. So it's not like, Puka isn't trained, or he doesn't have the resources at his disposal, to make better public relations moves or media savvy moves. I just think
individually
Puka is such a carefree individual. He's such a gregarious dude. It's just like you see him around the facility, man. He's always laughing. He's always smiling. He's always talking trash, loud, exuberant. But I'm not gonna
he's
sit
a
up here.
dude you might want to drink, like have a drink with. Like, man, let me go turn up a little with Puka, and you gonna have a good time.
Puka, somebody I'd have over to the house, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, hey, man, come meet my kids. Like on some real, like, Puka is a great dude. The Rams have an organization full of great people. I think how Puka is being depicted isn't true to who he is, but Puka put himself in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's just important to have good people in your ear to be like, hey, I don't know if necessarily this is what we want to do, because if he had like a PR person with him who was savvy, and they see like Aiden telling him, hey, make this gesture, somebody could have intervened and be like, hey, no, we're not doing that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's all he needs is just sound advice. He just needs wisdom in his ear, somebody that he can entrust to be like, no, we're not doing that.
That's why I feel he needs like whoever his own like personal PR, because I do think showing your face, being out here in LA, you can become a big star in LA, which is huge, but you got to make sure that you rock with the right platform and the right people, because you can have an incident like this to where you get all of this negative press to where now people are looking at you differently, or you can be in the right situations to where now people are elevating you. Like, honestly, when you think of a young star, you have, of course, Luka Doncic, but I think Puka can have a bigger brand than that because his personality is more bubbly and things like that. And I believe he's younger than Luka. So he's like one of the first young stars LA has had and drafted since maybe Kobe. That kind of has that.
I'm gonna tell you who Puka can be.
Okay.
In this city, Puka could be a la Magic Johnson. He's got the personality, the smile, the charisma to really ingratiate himself to the city. And as somebody who was 1% Ashkenazi Jew, you know, I feel like I'm more than capable of commenting and letting him know, like, hey, Puka. I mean, I'm saying that in jest, but shout out, my mom's is literally 1% Ashkenazi Jewish. But all he needs is somebody who has who's able to put stuff in context, particularly historical context, and saying like, hey, I don't think that's a good idea. Again, I don't think going on streams is a good idea. People walking around the city like broadcasting and letting everybody know where they are and what they doing, and they got jewels on. Listen, I come from Watts, Jordan Down Projects. It's some sharks in the water, so you letting people know where you are, what you have at your own peril.
Hey, learn from Pop Smoke, take it easy. But when it comes to Puka, it was more than just that, right? You had the him criticizing the referees and things like that, and you know there was some missed calls, like there usually
crazy.
is.
That was crazy funny. Though. That was crazy because he again on the Aiden Ross stream, he said the refs they want to be part of the show. Right. You know, they want to let their homeboys like look at this call that I made. Now, I don't know if you remember Tim Donahue. Tim Donahue.
Yeah,
Tim Donahue. Big you know, slow. he let it be known that referees talk across the league and they have an impact, you know, on games. So I'm not naive to think that the NFL doesn't have something similar to it. I'm pretty sure, you know, what was my dude that Ed Hockley? Ed Hockley, had a group text. Ed Hockley had a group text with the rest of the refs, and they like, oh yeah, you know, yada yada. But him saying that, it only put a target on his back. It put a target on his back.
No, fact.
After the game, you run and be like, hey, was I lying? Did you say I was wrong? Hey, like, I personally laughed at it.
I like the tweet. I just hate the delete. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the tweet, bro.
Yeah, stand on it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 2025 anyway. You can put a tweet out and 1 second delete it. Somebody done already screenshotted it and has it saved. So I'm just like, stand on that. You know, if that's how you feel, because that call that a lot of people were talking about was crazy with the the 2-point conversion fumble knocked into the end zone. Like, that was crazy. That had a lot of people like, what the hell is going on here? So I can't blame Puka for that, but stand on your
But it
tweet, boy.
was a lateral pass, man. Like
Yeah.
it technically was a lateral pass. It was a fumble. And Zach Charbonnet, this is why, like from Pee Wee on up, they always tell you rally to the ball,
Yeah.
regardless
Play
of what
through the
happened.
whistle.
Get the ball. Go
Right.
get the ball. You know, that way, if there's a replay, they can see like, hey, Mykell actually did recover the ball. We got to award it to him. So since Zach Charbonnet recovered the ball in the end zone, you got to award him the 2 points.
Yeah, so shout out to the Seahawks. They did their thing to, make that happen. But Puka in the headlines.
But hold on.
His
That
bro.
that wasn't even all that happened with Puka. His older brother, Samson Nakua, got arrested for allegedly. You talking to 5-star E? I understand how this stuff works. Allegedly stealing the SUV of Adu Thierry. Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yeah, for the
Adu Thierry of the Los Angeles Lakers. Allegedly Samson and another man took Adu's truck without permission. So I don't know if they all stay in the same like apartment complex, condo complex, or if they were out on the town and they know one another. Like that whole thing just kind of seemed a little shaky to me. Maybe a dude was a little sauced up and he forgot that he gave Samson the keys. I don't know. I don't know.
That situation was like, no, I was sitting back like, no way, because I was at that game, covering that game, and I'm leaving.
We both were there.
Yeah, we both were there. Yeah. And leaving that, I woke up that next morning like, bro, are you kidding me? And it has to be Puka's brother, like the Rams robbing the Lakers. Like it's it's LA, it is. Gang on gang. So,
but hey, I gotta give another shout out to Puka Nacua. Given his week, the dude had absolutely one. He hasn't had a worse week since Lamb in Kansas City. But that week, him being able to compartmentalize everything that transpired that week and to go out against Seattle and drop 225, 2 tubs.
Yeah.
Hey man. Shout out to Puka, man, because that's what makes that like that right there. The ability to compartmentalize is what makes professional athletes, exceptional.
Yeah, think about it, bro. We saw Kobe going to court, showing up back at
off the
Staples
plane
and hitting game winners and scoring 30. So that's
30.
how
he was dropping 40. He had like 9 straight.
No, yeah, I know, and he was making buzzer beaters and beating teams, and it was crazy. So shout out to Puka to put it all together. Let's see what the Rams are going to do. But we got to talk to the other team.
I want them to have a great game, but not a like 225 game. I have them in the championship, and then I'm also going against them in the championship.
Wow, that's hilarious. But hey, it's gonna be interesting. Puka go crazy. But let's talk about these Chargers, man. The Chargers were able to go into Dallas, pick up a dub, 34-17, as they still push and have an opportunity to win the AFC West. They took care of business, 300 yards for Justin Herbert. You got 85 rushing yards and a touchdown from Amarion Hampton. The Chargers are maybe they're clicking at the right time, Elam, but, they looked really good on Sunday, which is giving some hope going forward for this team. What's your thoughts?
Hope. Listen, I called this in the beginning of the season. I said they were going to the playoffs. I said I had them as the second best team in that division, the first being the Denver Broncos. I said Kansas City wasn't going to make the playoffs. I said they were the third best team. Lambkins, man. That's what they call me in these streets. But shout out to my little homie Dayon Henley, man. He had those boys ready to rock and roll. The little homie Derwin James. Listen, Justin Herbert, I told you, is an elite quarterback. Dude has one
really good, hand. Really good.
He's an elite dude. Listen.
You can't be elite till you win playoff games.
I just heard something. They be out here busting, man. You know what I'm saying? It was fireworks, but I was getting ready, had to go I was gonna have to be like, hey, technical break. I was about to send it to a technical break.
Hey, when we tell y'all we in LA, guys, and covering these teams, we really in LA, bro.
We really out here.
But no, the Chargers, man, I just think that offensively, first of all, the Cowboys, after they got the news that they can't play for the playoffs, that game, it looked like they came in with a different type of energy. Like CeeDee Lamb was barely running his routes. It just looked like a Cowboy team is like, man, skip it.
But this is their year, right? This is their year. They win in the
never
Super Bowl
this year.
That's what all the Dallas fans told me. Hey, we win in the Super Bowl this year. That's what they told
me. 49ers, they haven't won since I was a child. So when you hear
everybody, every fan base doesn't get the benefit of having zebras on their payroll. You know what I'm saying? Overlooking holding penalties and all that type of stuff. But I digress.
I wish we had the refs, but no, the Chargers look really good, man. I think the defense is starting to pick it up because, you know, earlier in the year they were playing really good, and then they got a little area where they weren't as good, and then now they're starting to pick back up, taking care of business. This week, the Broncos, you know, they're going to most likely go into Kansas City win because the Chiefs are playing their third string. But this is a test for the Chargers.
Wait. Great coaches can win with backup quarterbacks, right?
Oh, no, the Chiefs trying to tank. Like it's the
tank. Okay. Well, y'all did a terrible job. Y'all did a terrible job. It's too late to start tanking.
Yeah, they trying to now to get in that top 10. So I think the Broncos going to take care of business there and get to 13-3. But I can't wait to see this Texans Chargers on Saturday, which is going to be some big time football because last year they go into Houston. I was like, it's going to be Chargers Chiefs AFC Championship. Get ready for it. And it didn't happen because they got smacked up by the Texans. So this rematch is going to be a lot of fun. What are you looking into for that game? Because it's defense versus defense. It's going to be dope.
Man, I'm looking at Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. How are the Chargers getting ready to stop those bookends? Listen, but the crazy thing is, if they're able to keep Justin Herbert upright, I think he's gonna get hit a few times. If they're able to keep him upright and keep pressure out his face, like this is a game that has Gadsden and Lad McConkey written all over it. Kamani Vidal. This is a game where the flats, the hook curls, like slants, option routes, flag routes. Those are the things that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Out of his hand.
Yeah, I'm excited because Quentin Johnston was out. He comes back, 4 catches, 104 yards, a touchdown.
Oh, you said he sucked though. You called him a bum.
Bro, he's so up and down.
You called him a bum.
I can show you my fantasy and show you what I mean.
Listen, but don't give him no praises now. You called him a bum.
No, he had a good game returning after injury, but I need to see you. Hey, it's about what you do consistently, Elam.
You always lying?
No, it's about what you can do consistently, and I want to see him do it. At the beginning of the year, I'm like, yo, he might be their number one, and then he just fades to oblivion, and it's like, dang, he don't even. I remember his games, he didn't even get a target in the game. To where this game, he gets
Sometimes
5 targets, catches 4. It ain't like that when you that guy, and he's not that guy, but he can be a wild card because if he can have big games the way he started the season, like we seen versus Dallas, I think that it can open them up offensively. But we're gonna learn a lot because they're gonna go up against Stingley in that group in the secondary, like you said, against Will Anderson and Hunter there, to where we're going to learn a lot about them offensively. I think their defense is going to show up and do some things, but offensively, if they can score and light it up against the Texans, the AFC better look out because
this is going to be a low scoring game. I think whoever scores 17 points, I think that's the magic number. Whoever scores 17 first, I think is going to ultimately win that game. CJ Stroud, man, like after his rookie year, the dude has been hella pedestrian.
Regular.
So what is he going to do? What is he going to do? Woody Marks, shout out to the Trojan bro. He's got to go off. He's got to go off. Nico Collins, he's gotta play big. But I don't know, man. I think this game could go either way. I think whoever, and this is gonna sound like so cliche, whoever controls the line of scrimmage, man, and time of possession is gonna win this game. I just don't see either. I don't see either offense going ham through the air. Like if either one of these quarterbacks throw for 250 and 2 tubs, I'm gonna be surprised. I'm legit going to be surprised. This is a 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Punt the ball, like field position. Whoever makes the first mistake first is gonna lose.
Hey, and we just want to show love to everybody tapping in with us here. Your Misfits here. TST, we holding it down. Thank everybody for tapping in. Hey, we got some Thursday.
Hit the chat. Go to YouTube. Go to X. Hit the chat. This is your show. We want y'all to be engaged. I appreciate the fact that you guys are tuned in, tapped in, and watching. But by all means, chime in.
Be a part of it. Be a part of it. Let us know your thoughts. We already got a guy, Jesus, tapping in with us. We got comments coming in. Somebody said 1,000% call wait for the Chiefs. I wish we'd be back in the playoffs with a third string quarterback.
That's somebody who knows ball, though.
I mean, he knows ball at all.
He knows ball. He's there every week.
No ball at all. Hey, but Thursday night football. I know the NFL was like, dang, doesn't that suck? You got no Jaden Daniels for the Commanders. The Cowboys and Commanders are out of the playoff race. Lions and Vikings. The Lions offense is great, defense is regular, which may lead them to not being in the playoffs. And you got the Vikings.
No, I think the Lions got eliminated last week.
Oh, are they done?
Lions got eliminated after that last loss.
And then, of course, you got to finish it off. The Denver Broncos go into no, they're still in it. They still have a chance. It's an outside chance, but they have a chance. Okay. And then the Chiefs Broncos. Well, what's your thoughts on Christmas football? Are you a fan of it, or because it used to be back in the day, it was all hoops, but now the NFL is like, we wanted some of that Christmas bread. We need that. What you think about football on Christmas?
I absolutely love it, man. Reason being, each one of these games has huge implications. Unlike basketball, I know a lot of people don't really start watching hoops until Christmas, All-Star break. Like those are the two like watershed, marks on the calendar where people really start, tuning in to the NBA. But the NFL is like, hey, I need a piece of that pie. And personally, I'm here for it. It's nothing like competition, right? And I think having the NFL on Christmas Day is going to like threaten the NBA to where it's like already, because last year the NFL had a larger share of the viewings, the ratings, because it's more heated. The NBA is, you got a whole bunch of dudes running up and down the court, chucking threes. It's no energy, no intensity.
It's gonna be
whatsoever.
Different. Elam, it's gonna be different this year because last year Patrick Mahomes was on the field and the Chiefs were playing amazing.
Everybody hate watches Kansas City,
but they watch
you and it's the same thing with Dallas. No, I know. America loves to watch Dallas lose. That's why we watch.
But Thanksgiving, right? When you think about Thanksgiving, at that point, they still have playoff hope. You're like, hey, if they do this, they have a chance. But this time around, there's no Mahomes in Kansas City. The Cowboys have no playoffs hope. There's guys already sitting out the games like it's college football bowl games. And the Commanders don't have Jay. Like, it's a lot of trash games, honestly, to where for the NBA, they got to hope for some big-time game performances, man. And when it's certain games, like 3 games, I think is overkill on Christmas for the NFL. I think 2 marquee games will have people really wrapped into it, and, it'll be a fun thing to see. But when you have some of these games where it don't really matter, these games don't really matter. So that's why I think you're going to see the numbers drop compared to last season. But, I like it being an NBA day, but I can never complain about no NFL football. So that's what I feel about it.
No, whatsoever. What's crazy is I just got my denial credential for tomorrow's game from the Lakers. But one of the things that I wanted to ask LeBron, because he said he'd rather be at home with his family during Christmas. Yeah. I want to know, like, what's some of the downside of playing on Christmas Day? You know what I'm saying? Like, what don't you like about playing on Christmas Day? Because I think from a fan's vantage point, we're looking at it like, oh, it's a marquee game. You know, this is when the biggest and best stars are on the stage for everybody to see. And then, like, in covering the sport, and now I have to go work on Christmas Day. I have to go work on Thanksgiving. I have to go work on New Year's Day. It's like, dang, I do wish I was with my fam. So I'm super curious, and I'm just letting you all know right now, like, going into the new year, I'm going to ask questions that I am like super curious about. Like, I don't care if they outside the box. You're going to hear a whole bunch of questions coming from me, and it's gonna be like, dang, I've always wondered about that.
And that's why I tapped in with KD yesterday, and I asked him, like, yo, go follow us, the Misfits Live, Instagram, follow, subscribe on YouTube. Let everybody know the next big thing, these two black brothers right here, one Ashkenazi Jew as well, Elam. But and I asked KD, and KD is a guy that, he doesn't have a family, so it's different for him. But we got the clip for you. So why am I talking? KD, what do you got for us, man? KD, you guys are going to be playing there on Christmas night. Just how special is it to, still be here in this league and playing on such a prestigious night for the NBA?
Yeah, it's just great food and be a part of the slate. Somebody told us about 12th one. And everyone feels like it's the first, be in LA, place where I spend a lot of time, historical franchise you're playing against the Lakers, I can't wait. You look at the stats.
Yeah, so he's a guy that still embraces it, and he's just like, man, this is my 12th time doing this. I understand what it is. Hell, I'm playing against the Lakers. I'm in LA a lot, you know what I'm saying? I believe he lives here in the summer. So he understands it. That's why hearing LeBron say something like that, first thing that came to my mind is, why are you still playing? Like, this is a part of the game. You are a marquee name until you retire.
The Church of Bron, they go up in arms when you don't glaze. When you hear LeBron say stuff like that, like, oh, I'd rather just be at home with my family.
Like, you can.
Then when you say, okay, well, retire. Oh, see, you're a hater. Oh.
Yeah. We just speak truths, especially here with the Misfits. Why are you there? I want to hear the guys. I was happy to hear KD said, oh, man, you got to embrace this. I remember as a kid watching this, growing up and seeing these games and things like that. And I get to play the Lakers in that spot. Like, you want – and I think it's an issue with the NBA, Elan. We cover the league, Clippers and Lakers, and it's just not enough guys that's giving off – I want to play every game. I want to attack this game.
Not just that. It's just I'm here to compete. See, that's the difference between being born in the 1900s and the 2000s. I'm a 1900s baby. I say that proudly. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain mentality. Like, I grew up with being able to play on Christmas Day in front of the homies, particularly in Los Angeles. I was going to have everybody, up in the stands like, oh, man, look at E going off. Like, that's something that I dreamed about. Now it's just kind of feel like a lot of players feel like they doing you a favor, and so to hear KD say that, like, man, it's something that I embrace. I still, this is my 12th time playing. It still feels like the first time every time I'm able to. Like, that's the type of stuff that I personally embrace. Like, that I'm like, okay, it means something to you. And that's all I want to see is that the game means something to you.
Means something. And it was good to, hear KD talk about that. But let's talk about a team that's going to be playing tomorrow on Christmas. The Los Angeles Lakers, man, coming off of a blowout loss to the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix. They're going to be hosting the Rockets, who are coming off of a loss to the Clippers. We're going to talk about that. But the Lakers, they just haven't looked as good. And Elan, we talked about it earlier. LeBron coming back, what it could do to the team. Because before that loss to Phoenix, they came to the Intuit Dome, and I'm thinking they about to show out and showed it that Intuit Dome is stadium number 2, and they got smacked up 103-88 to the Clippers. Just what's going on right now with the Lakers? They just not playing with that same fire and cohesion that we saw earlier in the year.
What you mean that they're not playing with the same fire? They're not playing no defense. Like that's the issue.
Fire is needed. Yeah.
They're not playing with any defense. When you're
Man.
yielding 16, 17, 3 points a night, your opponents are shooting 43%, I think it is, from the 3-point line. That's a recipe for disaster. And when you couple that with the fact that the Lakers are not a great shooting three-point shooting team,
yeah.
Listen, it's going to go one or two ways. You're going to give up threes and you're not going to make them. And particularly last night, the Lakers had missed like 9 free throws in the first half. LeBron missed 5 of those.
Hey,
so it was like.
And can I say this? When you're making Dylan Brooks look like Anthony Edwards every time he plays you,
bro. I can't let you listen.
No,
Dylan Brooks used to do it. Dylan Brooks was doing his thing when he was at Oregon. He was a bucket at Oregon. So
but he wasn't
it's not like he can't
28
score.
And 30 plus like he does when he see the Lakers. He's scoring 25 and above when he sees the Lakers, just because he already knows these dudes are soft. These dudes ain't playing with no heart out here. I'm going to attack them, talk crazy to the legend of their team. And, it's a problem, man. And, shout out to JJ Redick. He's been doing his part to an extent. And they're 19-9, but you can see the writing on the wall. Like you said, this team has to defend, and that takes playing with fire.
I gotta give a shout out. I gotta give a shout out to a friend of the program, my guy Dean. Dean said it earlier in the year. He said the Lakers were front loaded with a cupcake schedule, and the NFL, goes towards the playoffs. Like around Christmas time, the Lakers are going to start playing harder teams, and they're going to start losing. That's exactly what's happening. Exactly what's happening. The Lakers are playing some of the more marquee teams that are a lot more tenacious defensively, and they're not able to keep up. You couple that with the fact that Luka Doncic has not played the past 2 games, or he exited the first half against the Clippers. He didn't play last night. Like, now you're looking at LeBron like, hey, you getting your 25, 7 and 7 don't mean nothing if we lose.
It ain't winning. Yeah. And that's what you try to tell the Church of Bron. Like, them numbers look good, but when you losing, nobody cares.
I don't care. I don't care.
And you want to win games. This is the Lakers. You want to win games. And y'all telling us, man, if he get more opportunity, he's still an all-NBA guy. This is his time to show it. You know what I'm saying? Austin Reeves came off the bench, gave you 17. This is your time to show it. And
why is Austin Reeves coming off the bench? Why is Austin Reeves coming off the bench?
It was his first game back.
I don't care. Did LeBron James come off the bench his first game back? No, he did not.
It's LeBron James. But the Lakers, they got some games coming up. Of course, Christmas night.
Austin averaging like 27, 28. Like,
no way he should be coming off the bench.
He should not be coming off the bench.
It was one of the bonehead decisions, but the Lakers, man, they got smacked up as 2 straight L's. Now they got to face the Rockets, who are coming off of a loss. They're going to look to pounce on them and smack them up.
For like 35, bro.
Yeah, he's going to try to. He's going to try to, because he was. You could tell after the game he was disappointed. Like, damn, I wish we'd have played better. But we're going to be back here in LA Christmas. We're going to be ready to go because they got smacked up, man. They got smacked up really good versus those Clippers. Elam. Before the season, I was like, hey, yo, the Clippers got a chance to do some things. But before we go to the Clippers, it's something that came to my mind, Elam. So the Knicks, they won the in-season banner. I just want to see, they won the in-season tournament, and they didn't put a banner up. We know when we go in there to crypto, there's a banner up. Should the Lakers take it down if the Knicks say, man, we don't want that up?
I understand you asking me for the show, but you already know my position. No, we shouldn't have put one up. It made no sense. The Lakers don't do stuff like that. We only hang up championship banners. Okay. I understand that there are certain players where you want to try to add to the lore and to their legacy of winning the first in-season tournament, it's an abomination to be hanging in the rafters. I'm like, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong.
I was never a fan of it. I was just like, I didn't know. So my thinking was that, okay, the NBA made them do it, so they have to put it up. I thought it was going to be a banner that they put up for every team, and when you win, they take it down after the year and then just put it right back up. But I'm hearing this from the Knicks side, like, you don't got to put that up. Man, if the Lakers don't take that damn banner down, like you said, we only put up championship games, 82 game seasons with more games played in the playoffs. That proves a real champion, not some middle of the season tournament they done thrown together.
You gonna have somebody in the comments saying, "Oh, but it is a championship. LeBron won the first in-season championship."
Man, I don't want. No, look, when we talk about players' careers 20 years from now, no one's
bringing up an in-season tournament.
Yeah,
and I got so much respect. I got so much respect for the Knicks organization to take that position because they haven't won since 1970, 75. Like dinosaurs were still roaming the earth. You know what I'm saying? The last time Walt Frazier and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Walter Frazier, Willis. Was it Willis Reed came out the tunnel? Yeah, Willis Reed. He came out the tunnel. Frazier. Listen,
Phil Jackson, I believe, was on that squad.
If the Knicks can have that position, the Lakers should have been on that day one. Day one. Hanging that up is something that I would expect out of the Clippers. That's something that I would expect out of Atlanta Hawks. That's something that I would expect out of.
Just to say we got something. Like, and we got something, y'all.
Listen, the Seattle Supersonics, they would have hung it up. But the Lakers, no, they're not doing that.
That's nasty. Shall I say it's blasphemous to put that nonsense up there where you got guys who even sit out the in-season tournament game. So clearly it's not as serious as the league wants it to be. And that banner means nothing. Lakers find a way.
You cannot manufacture intensity. You cannot manufacture rivalries. It's got to come from the players. It's got to be organic. And this, I will say this. The Spurs, Thunder, that's a rivalry, right? That's one brewing. That's one brewing right there. Like, that might be that.
Hey, so let's talk about the I guess the Lakers don't call them a rival, but the fans do, and it's that beef there between the fans, Laker Nation, Clipper Nation. If you on X, you see the Clippers Nation. You see the back and forth. Yeah, they actually got a nation, bro, which is crazy. But the Clippers have 10 people. Lakers have lost 2 straight, Elam. Clippers have won 2 straight. They smacked up the Lakers. They blew out the Rockets 128-108. Kawhi Leonard put on his Raptors jersey underneath. He had 41 points doing
That's not why they winning. That's not
James
why they
Harden, winning. I already know why they winning. The reason why
because I talked to T. Lou. I went up to him after the game and I was shopping with him.
Hey, the reason why they're winning, and I was talking to some fans. Shout out to the Clipper fans tapping in. They were like, "Yo, I'll check you guys out. You guys are dope." Shout out to the Clipper fans. They were like, "Man, we got to pick up that defense." And I'm like, "Yeah, last season they were a top 5 defense. That's what helped lead to 50 wins." Of course, Kawhi was getting buckets, but he missed a lot of games. Norman Powell was playing at an all-star level. He ended up missing some games. James Harden was an all-star. Great. But they won because defensively they stopped people and they made it tough and it opened up their offense and they turned the ball over. Even they were turning the ball over like 16 times a game and they were winning because the defense was so locked in. These past 2 games, they kind of been back to that. And, they made it tough on Kevin Durant. He had only 22 points. They just made it. They just been playing really feisty these last 2 games. Even without Zubac in this win over the Rockets, they looked really good defensively, and that's what Ty Lue was like. Hey, and I appreciate Ty because in the presser yesterday, he still nitpicks. He like, I know we won 2 games in a row, but I expect us to be like this.
You cannot accept something in a win that you wouldn't in defeat, and that's why I rock with T. Lue so tough, man, because he's always gonna keep it a bean. Hey, I understand the outcome. Yes, we got a notch in the win column, but this is unacceptable. After the Laker game, he was just like, look, we played well. We played well for 3 quarters. That last one, like, we just stopped playing. We got to learn how to finish. We got to execute down the stretch. And that's that. Like, I will never be a Clipper fan. I will never root for that organization. I would never root for any of the players that play on that team. But T. Lue, and being able, like, to cover him and get to know him, like, casually, that's somebody I could root for. Like, and I'll say again, the Clippers would be a complete idiotic franchise if they fired Tyronn Lue. Because what's happened this year, what's transpired thus far, it's not his fault. It's all on Lawrence Frank. I've likened T. Lue to a pastry chef, being asked and tabbed to make ratatouille with Pop-Tarts and Twinkies. Like, come on, man. Like, you got to give him some better ingredients.
Yeah, and you got, like, John Collins is playing some better basketball. He was able to knock down some threes and bring some energy. 13-5-5. Chris Dunn, defensive menace, picking up these guys full court.
That's his role. That's his role.
And he was a dog. They were able to, Brook Lopez was in the starting lineup. He was able to do some things for them. They got the rookie Yannick in there. He was able to give them some physical minutes against Sangoon and Adams there. Kobe Sanders, young player, helping them. Like, they're using the young guys who's helping them, give them energy. But for them, it's going to be defense. And if they're able to pick their defense up, you're going to see the Clippers string together more and more wins. They're going to be back at it on Friday. They're going to be facing off against Portland, which is a very feisty young team. If they can go in there and pick up a win on Friday, and then, Detroit on Sunday, you're going to be like, yo, this Clipper team can put something together. And as bad as they've been playing, Elam, they're only 3.5 games back of the 10th seed, which is the play-in. And if you can get in the play-in, it comes down to just winning. Yeah, anything can happen. Winning one game. So,
hey, shout out to what do you do during the baseball season? You hit them with the Angels in the outfield?
Angels in the outfield for the Clippers, man. And they got some hope. So, shout out to Clipper Nation trying to make it happen. But before we switch gears on LA, can you believe it, Elam? USC, Notre Dame coming to an end. Like, I thought it wasn't going to happen. I'm like, shout out to my guy, Rob Parker. His saying is no way, no how. But we're going to get Notre Dame versus BYU. You got to be kidding me, man. As a college football fan, it is a clown show. Don't nobody want to see BYU versus Notre Dame. We want to see USC Notre Dame.
No, BYU fans want to watch it. They want to see it.
They the only ones. Everybody else is like, man, we want to see SC Notre Dame. Plus, SC owed them. They just got this last victory. You need to come bring that back. You know what I'm saying? So, it's crazy.
Man, you got to hear me on this one, bro.
Okay.
This has everything to do with money. Everything to do with money. USC said, look, we want to play you. We're willing to play you. We just can't play you in November. Reason being, we're in the Big Ten. We already got to go to Ohio State. We got to go to Michigan. We got to go to Penn State. Now you talking about you want us to go. We got to go to Indiana. Now you want us to go to South Bend? Come on, dude. Like, it doesn't make any sense for USC to be, like, in the midst of a gauntlet and have Notre Dame. That's like 3 tough games, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I think every game should be a challenge. Every game should be a tough game. But I digress. But USC was like, hey, let's just week 0 every year, Notre Dame, USC. And Notre Dame was like, no. The reason why Notre Dame could say no is because Notre Dame, as long as they finish in the top 12 moving forward, they get an automatic bid. They get an automatic bid to the CFP. No other team has that. No other team has that trump card. So USC playing Notre Dame benefits Notre Dame. It doesn't benefit USC. It only bolsters Notre Dame's, you know what I'm saying, like cachet and their record. USC, as long as they are top 2, top 3, in the Big Ten, I think they'll make the CFP. But this is, and I think you said this, to me last week. What I think moving forward should happen is the mid majors.
They should play.
They should play, and the winner of that becomes the 12th team to make the CFP. That's how it should go.
I think that because with seeing these smoke shows that we saw from this first round in the college football playoffs, it lets you sit back and say, yeah, I think I would have rather seen Notre Dame playing in these games. So I was like, yo, how about we do similar to the first 4 in, like the NCAA tournament in basketball, do the same with the playoffs. You have 13 teams instead of just 12, and you have these 2 teams play each other so that they can earn. So it's like, hey, at least one of you guys is going to be able to pick up a playoff win before getting smacked up by, an SEC Big Ten school. I think that will be the best idea, and it will be beneficial for college football. But just thinking about this USC Notre Dame thing, like you said, Notre Dame it pretty much uses USC because we need these big games. If we beat you guys, that helps us. And we need that to where USC is like, we really don't need to play y'all, because if we just run, we don't want to run up the Big Ten and go undefeated, then lose to Notre Dame, who we didn't even have to play. So it makes sense, but I still would like, I love rivalries and I love tradition when it comes to football.
We don't live in an environment where tradition means anything in college football anymore. If that was the case, the Pac-12 would still be here, right? If that were the case, the Texas
Big
and
12,
Oklahoma, Texas and Oklahoma would never be in the SEC. So once that happened, you got to miss me with traditionalism. You know what I'm saying? You got to miss me with tradition. It's bro, it's inevitable. It is inevitable. It's going to come a point in time to where the top 64 teams across the nation are in 2 power conferences. It's just going to be 2 power conferences, and then it'll be like a Pac-12 division, a Big 12 division, a SEC division. I'm all for it. I think one of the things, and I said this to Arash and Anwar and Money Mona, I think what needs to happen is that the top 32 teams across the nation, they're in these 2 power conferences, and the last 4 out, they get relegated, and then in that subpar or that Division 2 conference, the top 4 teams come up. That way, you always getting the best of the best. Always getting the best of the best. Yeah, it should be more like a Champions League. It like over in Europe. Personally, I think that would be freaking genius to do in the NCAA landscape. I'm not good with freaking scheduling and all that other type of jazz, but I would love to see that.
Issue. I think scheduling will be tough, but hate to see the USC Notre Dame rivalry come to an end. Hate to see the college football playoffs week 1 stink it up like that. Oregon 51-34 over James Madison. Ole Miss 41-10 over Tulane.
Who said James Madison, the game would be a little closer than what people thought it would be?
Man, that schedule was a lie to everybody. It was.
Oregon
was dominating them from the jump.
They call me Lambstradamus for a reason.
You said 14.
They lost by 17. 3 points. Okay.
Hey, that's how. At the end of the half, it was 34-6. Oregon led off the down.
This is we don't do no Trump tweets over here. We not stopping the count. They got a whole second half to play, man. It was a good game. It was a good game. Hey, as an alum of UCLA, Coach Chesney. Hey, I am super excited about what is coming to Westwood. I am super excited.
Man, I guess. But we got the 31st. The teams pretty much get a week off. They're gonna be back. Miami at Ohio State at the Cotton Bowl. You got Oregon, Texas Tech at the Orange Bowl, Alabama, Indiana, Rose Bowl, and then Ole Miss, Georgia at the Sugar Bowl. So we got more to come. It's gonna be some good college football. I can't wait to check it out. but they got to fix that first round. Those games are terrible. I don't want to see blowouts. I want to see good football, and that's what it
put
is.
me in charge, man. Let me just sit in a room, just ruminate on ideas. I'll give you the ideas, and somebody who excels at administrative stuff, you guys put it into action. But I got the ideas. I got the answers.
Let the Misfits run the show, and I guarantee it will lead to more dough, baby. But let's get to it. Hey, I know we tackled a lot of Week 16 football, but we got to talk about the situation with DK Metcalf, man. Like with the Steelers going into to the fan, and hey, wouldn't you hate to see that man running up to you with angry intent on his face?
You talking about me? What I? No,
I'm just saying for an average fan, that seeing that and you like, oh, what's going on? And DK coming at you looking like the real DK Donkey Kong, ready to knock your head off. What a crazy situation, man. What do you feel about that ban, and was it deserving for DK?
It was hella deserving. The fan didn't do nothing to like goad him, or at least what I saw. DK goes over to the fan. The fan is, not saying anything out of pocket. Now, granted, when I'm down there on the field, a lot of times I hear stuff. I'm like, yo, I want to punch you in the mouth.
Yeah,
but this fan wasn't saying nothing. And for DK to walk over there, he wasn't threatened. He wasn't in danger. He goes and accosts a fan. Listen, we saw what happened in the NBA and the Malice in the Palace. The NFL can't have that. So you can't go over there and put your hands on fans as much as you want to.
So the NFL might have to hockey that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you remember earlier in the year in Buffalo, was it Buffalo? It was an incident with Lamar Jackson where he pushed the fan that like reached over and I think like touched one of the players and he gave him a hard push. Like it's easy. We be at the games. It's easy access if a fan want to just jump out and try to tackle somebody. They can do it because it's not that hard to do. Like you hate to see that. You remember years ago with the Rams when Marcus Peters went and banged on old boy at the Coliseum. You know what I'm saying? Because these fans be talking reckless. And, if you don't watch your mouth, these are grown men too. Some of them come from, areas that we're similar to that ain't going to let you disrespect. Russ always deals with it to where one time, didn't he walk in a fan's like suite and was like, bro, what you say was good. So 2 games, I'm not a fan of, especially with them playing for.
No, you got to give them 2 games. You got to give them 2 games. You got to give them. You
give him 2 games. You let him do the review, and then you cut it to 1. But you let him know, hey, we cannot have this.
Now, I'm gonna tell you why it's got to be 2 games. If it was warranted, then yeah, all right, cool. You chop it down to 1 game. Who knows what old boy
was saying the whole game,
bro? They talk. Fans talk. Like now, granted, I'm the first person to be like, hey, the price of admission does not, afford you the opportunity to say anything that you want to do. You can't go into Starbucks and berate your barista.
They're gonna kick you out.
Yeah, you gonna be like, hey, man, like, hey, you gotta get up out of here.
Yeah, we aren't serving you. Get up out of here.
Hey, saying somebody sucks, like you're a bum. Hey, man, that comes with the territory. Like,
and he might have had a bad day and didn't want to hear none of that, so he got to get up on you. Hey, that's why. And who knows what he was saying, Elam?
Mykell, when you were playing at the Lou, y'all play Hawthorne. You already know what it is. Somebody's gonna say something.
Nah, when we play Hawthorne, they have to have police presence.
Exactly my point. Why? Because somebody was gonna say something.
Yeah. So no, somebody's gonna say something, and they know if take one person to be turning around and go in the crowd, and it's gonna be a big riot at the game. So it was a whole different vibe. But I feel DK deserve a ban. I wish it would have been 1 game, but they giving him 2. I'll take it. But he
earned it. He earned it.
The fans gonna mess it up, and they gonna end up hockeying that thing and putting up glass windows, blocking the fans from being able to talk to their favorite players, and that would suck. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But week 17 coming up, huh?
NFL not doing that.
Nah, they like, hey, we want all the bread, so we want this. But It's gonna take a Marcus Peters like player to go into the crowd and bing hit somebody with a cold two-piece where they're gonna be like, damn, now we gotta
see,
switch.
This the thing. When the players like, hey, what you say? And they start walking towards, like, you see these dudes, that liquid courage, it sobers up real quickly.
Fact.
It sobers up real quickly, right?
Yeah.
And this is why I always say, like, stand on 10. If you said it, hey, I said it. What you gonna do about it? And if you want to throw them, then we just gonna throw them.
Yeah,
you know, that is just what it is. But most of these dudes don't want to fight.
Players are at a disadvantage because you can talk reckless to me and say, man, I'll slap your wife. Where she at in the crowd? I'm gonna go find her. And
hey,
you can't do nothing.
Listen, I come from an era where you had to be mindful of what you said because somebody will punch you in your mouth. I think we need to bring back bullying. We need to bring back punching people in the mouth for saying things that are disrespectful,
adults, especially when it comes to adults. So
you say something disrespectful about my wife, you say something disrespectful about my mama, my family, about me. Hey, I'm like, stay right there. I'm gonna be right there. Just stay right there.
You. But hey, let's switch gears, man. From the NFL, we're gonna tap a little bit into, I guess it's culture sports. I guess if we call Jake Paul a boxer, but Jake Paul was knocked out. I was so excited. I didn't watch it live. I just saw videos posted. I finally went back and watched it. The dude was running the whole fight and like trying to fall to the ground. It was terrible. But he got knocked out, got his jaw broken. And I know we ain't supposed to cheer for things like that. And this is another thing. I got on Aiden Ross's ass earlier. Now I got to get on these losers that root for Jake Paul. These clowns was out here saying, yeah, he lasted 6 rounds. He lasted 6 rounds. How many people, bro, if you're going to pay me $90 million, damn it, I can last 6 rounds running around and avoiding the big punches against a fighter like that. So I don't want to hear all of that. We're in the era, Elam, I'm telling you.
I don't know you get
6 rounds. If I could train, and
I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2.
Man,
I give you
if
2.
I could train, work on my. He wasn't throwing no punches.
Mykell, you 5'6", 180 pounds, bro.
Nah, man, I'm like 200, which is crazy, but all strength. But hey, you need to go watch this fight because I'm like, bro, I could have done that. Like running around the way he was, he didn't really get hit into the 6th round.
I stopped watching Jake Paul when Mike Tyson refused to punch him in the face, dude. Yeah. It was so many straight rights that could have connected that he pulled back. I'm like, come on, Mike. I already know what it was. So when I heard he got knocked out or he got his jaw broke, I was just like, oh, he finally fought a real boxer that was willing to hit him. But I will say this though. I will say this. This is going to be somewhat controversial. I think Jake Paul has done a lot for the sport of boxing. A lot. He's brought a ton of eyes to it. And when you look at Bud and Canelo fighting, you're getting like this Saudi money coming into the sport to where it was already getting to that. I remember seeing the Saudi dude the first time before Jake Paul like had one of those big fights. I'm like, who is this Saudi dude in the ring? And it was like, this guy is starting to pay into boxing. And I think that Jake Paul, it's a little bit of both. He's bringing some eyes because he's a social media, face. But for actual fighters, they like, bro, he's making it look a certain way. And because I don't have that notoriety, I'm way more skilled and more talented than him. But if I want anything close to that money, they're going to laugh at me. Where a guy who isn't a real professional is getting paid this money to not even fight real fights. He's fighting 8-round fights. Like he's not even fighting 12-round fights. He's fighting 8-round fights with 12-pound.
It's an exhibition.
12-ounce gloves, a larger ring. Like everything bodes well for him.
Yeah. But for the sport,
again, it's a whole bunch of kids. It's a whole bunch of kids in freaking Idaho and Iowa who don't really know boxing, who are now watching because Jake Paul is fighting. He's fighting Anderson Silva. He's fighting Nate Diaz.
Non-boxers. He's fighting retired MMA fighters.
Listen, we live in an era where kids are like, oh, well, if he was so great, then why didn't he didn't beat this guy. Logan Paul beat him. Listen, what's the next marquee boxing event to happen?
The next one, I couldn't even tell you.
Exactly. Inoue Nakatani. Inoue Nakatani is the next big boxing match. 2 Japanese boxers.
Oh yeah.
Top of their division.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them brawl, right?
Yeah.
Not even a blip on the radar. If you're not a real fight fan, you're not paying attention to it.
No one cares because they're not
exactly
American.
my point.
Yeah, but
it's
they're
not that
American.
they're not American. It's
because
not that they're
not
American.
Canelo and Crawford have a big fight, big money fight, because Canelo's pretty much a Mexican American at this point, and Crawford being American.
You already know how that. You already know what's at stake. As much as I love, as much as I love my essays, it's trash talk. Hey, a black fighter versus a Mexican fighter.
Yeah,
we talking reckless. Reckless.
I just hate the fact that Paul, all these people sitting back and Paul is a good fighter. All of this, if he was, he would be a traditional fighter and do it that way. It's creating. I hate this era, Elam, of these fans. It's a lot of rooting for losers in second place more than ever.
A lot of glazers.
Yeah, glazers. Because you have people really online after the fight saying, bro, he lasted 6 rounds. That's good enough, bro. He only threw he only landed 5 punches in the first 4 rounds. And what I'm hearing is that Anthony Joshua's contract was you got to make it go 6 rounds. So that's why he wasn't really, or at least it got to go past 4 rounds. So that's why early it was a lot of it looked like me playing the WWE video game back in the day. It was a lot of grappling and just nonsense until that 5th round came around. And that's when Joshua started to really throw punches. And that's when he ended up breaking his jaw. But it's like, I don't want to see a fight with stipulations. If you really that guy, show up and really fight against guys your weight class that's really fighting to be a champion. That's gonna have speed and power.
Logan Paul's not doing that because there's no payday in that for him. Or Jake Paul, excuse me. Jake Paul's not doing that because there's no payday.
I think it would because he'd fight against Anderson Silva. Nobody.
Hold on. If you're talking about a legit boxer, legit. If I say, hey, Logan Paul is getting ready to fight, or Jake Paul is getting ready to fight Ben Papp, you're like, who the heck is Ben Papp?
Yeah,
right.
Nah, Ben knocking him out, man. What you talking about?
But if you follow the sport, you like, oh, well, Ben, he just turned pro. He's got some real good reach. He's real deft on his feet. You got to know the sport. Nobody is tuning in to find Jake, or no one is tuning in to see Jake Paul fight Ben Papp. Now you say Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, or
because you like them, that like Tank Davis, like actual fighter gonna fight him. You looking at, and that's why I think they're making it's just money moves, money grabs for them because they like you're dumbing yourself down in the game of boxing, which you're dropping some of the respect because you're fighting this dude and we clearly know it's for money because it doesn't give you a title fight. This doesn't enhance your pound for pound ranking. It's just you walking away with money,
bro. Not just with money. 92 M's, bro. 90. That's Scrooge McDuck paper. That's Scrooge McDuck paper.
Andy Joshua only took 40 million.
I'm talking about Jake Paul.
Yeah, Jake is the winner. Jake wins. Boxing is like they right here. They don't get too much.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what needs to happen. I need one of those Saudi princes that's sitting on like 17, 80 Bs to buy all the boxing federations, buy all of them, and say, hey, we only gonna have one belt. Yeah. 1 through 20. Division. 1 through 20. Everybody got to fight. If boxing went towards a UFC model, I'm telling you,
I've been saying boxing, that for years.
Boxing would go through the roof. It would go through the roof. Consolidate all the belts and 1 through 20. If you in the top 10, you can only fight. You can't go any lower than 2 below, right? So it's no more ducking people. There's no more ducking people. You don't want to fight? All right, cool. You lose your belt.
And
You don't
that's
want to
what it
fight? All
means.
right, cool. You lose your ranking.
Hey, so be on the lookout, boxing fans. Shout out to Anthony Joshua making boxers look good, taking care of business. But be on the lookout. We trying to set it up. The Misfits versus the Pauls. It'll be me versus Jake, Elan versus Logan. Let's set it up. Let's make it happen.
I don't even you doing boxing. Let's get in the octagon.
Oh no,
they
don't do that. They don't got no ground moves.
Listen, let's get in the octagon. Let's really put your skills to the test.
Hey, let's see. But shout out to Anthony Joshua. Of course, it was a spectacle for you guys that watched it. I know you enjoyed. Like I said, I wasn't gonna watch that live. I didn't. I ended up watching it later on. It was a great women's fight on there. Tyron Woodley got knocked out by Anderson Silva, a 50-year-old. Two guys that
Anderson fought?
Yeah, that shouldn't be in a boxing ring. Yeah, it was one round. Tyron Woodley wasn't even a stand-up fighter. He was better on the ground, and now you're doing boxing. You're just embarrassing yourself. But shout out to Anthony Joshua,
diminishing your legacy, bro. You diminishing your legacy.
Make me look like a clown. But like I said, for you people out there, he lasted 6 rounds. He lost. Stop being losers and celebrating people for losing. You're creating a generation of youth coming up who are cheering for the second place and losers. We don't do that. We only support winners, and we're going to support Anthony Joshua. He might get Tyson Fury.
Win the game.
Play to win the game. Shout out to the former Chiefs legend, head coach Herm Edwards. So let's talk about to take you away from boxing and keeping it a little more entertainment culture. Dave Chappelle, you seen the new stand-up?
Say that again. You was breaking up.
Oh, Dave Chappelle, were you able to see the new stand-up?
Hey, so Dave Chappelle, man, he's the GOAT, bro. He's literally in a class by himself when it comes to this comedy thing.
Man,
it's so crazy because it went from him being on the verge of being canceled for jokes about the LGBT community.
Facts.
And he's having the same level of vitriol for the other community that you cannot disparage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's so unashamed. It's unabashed. It's Dave Chappelle, man. Like, that's my favorite comedian. Shane Gillis, he's quickly moving up the ranks. I don't know if you too tapped in with Shane Gillis. You
talking about stand-up comedians?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I know
Shane Gillis is one of them ones, bro.
I like Jamie Foxx. I'm a big fan. I like of course, the throwback. I grew up pop showing me Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy a lot. Them two dudes are the greatest to me, but I believe Dave Chappelle, Bernie Mac is another guy. Like, they're in my top 5. It'll probably be Dave Chappelle, Bernie Mac.
No George Carlin?
Nah,
no Robin Williams.
I like my bros. I like Jamie Foxx. I Might Need Security is one of my favorite ones. And my favorite comedian, actually, that's of the fair skin, he doesn't do stand-ups, is Will Ferrell. Like, whenever I watch his movies, dude is super hilarious.
Will's jokes, bro.
It's funny. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, man, Dave Chappelle did his thing once again. They were on his head about the Saudi Arabia thing, and I think that's a part of his gimmick. I'm gonna bring a little controversy to this, you know what I'm saying? And the jokes, which is gonna have people going back and tapping in, and whether you talking positively about me or negative about me, you're talking about me. And Dave Chappelle doing his part. He's gonna bring in whatever he feels he wants to talk about. And he said, if y'all see me talking about stuff I ain't really on, that mean they got to me. So respect.
Hey, you know what I love about Dave's sets? You gonna laugh, you gonna think, and you gonna learn something.
Facts.
You're going to learn something. And it's so crazy on how he's able to weave history and like real life situations.
Yeah.
And like have a punchline that's like, yo, this is hilarious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
he mentioned Nip, like he had a Nipsey story, which was dope. Like, shout out to Dave Chappelle, man. If you haven't seen it, I gotta go watch it again. But if you haven't seen it, Go and check it out.
Netflix. So I haven't seen the whole thing, but I did see like a little clip on Twitter. He was talking about the Mann Act and how Jack Johnson, you know, the first black heavyweight champion of the world, how he had a penchant for, you know, bunnies, and how like Congress passed this act, the Mann Act, you know, to hem him up, and how Diddy got indicted on the Mann Act and how he like connected the two. I'm like, only Dave Chappelle could do this.
I know.
Only Dave Chappelle could do this.
His Diddy jokes is hilarious, bro. Like, oh my God. So go check that out. Dave Chappelle.
I'm gonna watch it tonight, bro. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, we gotta watch it. Next thing up, we gotta talk TDE Christmas. It was legendary.
I missed it.
And Watts.
I missed
how legendary to see Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre in the projects at the Nickerson's Garden performing. It was such a huge moment. I'm like, next year for sure, we're gonna have to work our magic and be there as media so that we can see what they can do next. But you got Dr.
I told you
Dre.
only been in the Nickerson one time, right?
Yeah. Now I've been there.
I went in the Nickersons throwing out gifts to kids with the Rams. Okay. I went on a little little Santa thing, so they had the little escort, and the whole time I was like, this is crazy, bro. I'm in the Nickersons, bro. I'm in the Nickersons. Like I would never be caught in the Nickersons, bro. So yeah, but we gotta go though. We gotta go.
No, yeah. So we're gonna have to make sure that we are there.
Who performed?
Man, so you had Dr. Dre and Snoop, right?
Okay.
They came out surprising everybody, crowd going crazy, like, yo, that's Dr. Dre, that's Snoop. They came, you had of course all the TDE performed, except for Schoolboy Q. I don't know what happened there. He was supposed to perform, but he wasn't there.
Solo performed?
Yep, Solo did his thing. SZA, she performed, did her thing too.
Did Doechii? Can't hear you, bro.
I don't know what happened. My mic did some weird stuff. But here we go.
Said no Doechii? You said no Doechii?
No Doechii there. But you had Solo. He did his thing. He was dope. J-Rock, he came, did his thing. You had Isaiah Rashad perform some songs. Sir, D Smoke was there repping. Inglewood. Who else you had? Lance Skywalker, Zakari, did all of the TDE figures. And then you also had Kendrick
Dot
come out.
Dot showed up
and performed. He did Squabble Up. They did 30 for 30, him and SZA, and then they did Luther, their smash single from GNX. So it was legendary just to see Dre and Snoop. Like, Elam, been knowing these guys for a while when they did the first one. And to think that Dr. Dre, like Snoop Dogg, you like maybe because Snoop be everywhere, but for Dr. Dre to get up out of his house and to end up at the Nickerson's Garden and to be performing,
that's
hit
huge,
records, bro. That's
huge.
Legendary, bro. Like
that's huge.
I don't know any other place, any other projects in America that would get something like this. It got me thinking.
Jordan Downs.
No, yeah, Jordan Downs too. But it will have who's going to run that and be able to get these type of names. But like in New York, how crazy would it be in say Marcy Projects, Jay-Z and The Rock? They perform a project in Atlanta where T.I. and Outkast and stuff show up. Like we ain't seen it, and I don't know if we will. But to see Dr. Dre, Snoop show up there in the projects was such a huge moment. And then you top it off, A-Dot show up.
What's crazy is Brooklyn, they'll have like a block party. Because I remember the first time I went to New York, Raekwon. I don't even think this was it. But Raekwon, Ghost. I'm trying to think of who else. I think Nas. Like it was just like one of those one-off block parties where you had a whole bunch of legends performing. And I was like, yo, I gotta go. Ended up not going because I had a conversation that was literally life-changing. With my big bro Tony. It was first time I met him, just had a literally life-changing conversation where I literally forgot about the block party. But stuff like that. I think it every city needs to have something like that. I think the Roots, with the thing that they would do in Philly, that they would have like some of the marquee talent that come out of Philly, like that needs to, like, cities really got to start pushing their own, bro. Cities really have to start pushing their own. So to see what TDE has done and what they continue to do to ingratiate themselves, like in the city, entrench themselves in the city, like, yo, man, it's remarkable, bro. So shout out to Top.
Yeah, shout out to Top, man, doing this thing. Amazing. Now it makes you look forward to, next year to see how can they top that. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, rest in peace of Nip, if he was alive, he probably would have made his way.
No, it wouldn't even be no question. It wouldn't even be no question. It wouldn't even be no question.
So, man, I can't wait to see what's going to be next with TDE Christmas. 2025 was a success. And shout out to the legends who did it. Final thing I want to wrap up with this. Nicki Minaj, Erica Kirk. Who knew that we would hear that duo together doing a sit-down interview? It got a lot of people, especially in the hip-hop community, talking. Joe Budden was like, yo, I'm done with Nicki. I'm not rocking with it. You had like Ebro came out and said some things. You had a few people in hip-hop are kind of like, man, we're turning away from Nicki Minaj. I know that you're a free thinker. What was your thoughts on seeing Nicki Minaj on that stage, and how do you feel her look in hip-hop should be?
Hey, man, I gotta quote the poet laureate MF Doom. He said, like Gary knew off the new Zoo review, but who knew the mask had a loose screw? I could not have ever told you at the beginning of this year that Nicki Minaj and Erica Kirk would be besties, that Nicki would be championing the position of Turning Point USA. I didn't see this on my 2025 bingo card. So for this to have happened, or for this to be happening, is absurd to me. It's otherworldly. I think Nicki has done herself and her
brand,
legacy, her brand, a huge disservice, because you lost the culture, like you lost it. So if this is the route that she's going to take, I think it's important for her to come out and be more politically active and politically engaging. I do want to commend her for taking a stand. Although I don't have to agree with it, she's exercising her voice, and espousing her beliefs.
This is the crazy part, because she went crazy on the trans community, which was like, whoa, like, where is this coming from? Because, I know people who've been to her shows, which you're going to see a lot of different trans people there supporting her.
You're going to see a lot of the LGBT community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they're Barbies, and they've been showing love to her for years. And I know she's been kind of cold in hip hop. She's just been doing a lot of behind the scenes hating, or, if you follow her on X, you see the hating towards the Cardi B's and the others and stuff like that. To see her
be off that fish scale, bro. Nicki
that's
be off
that's what people be saying.
She be off that
Ben Pat.
She be off that Pablo Escobar, bro. You know what I'm saying? So,
but to see her like go this far, it's almost like, who is going to really want to support her music? I haven't heard from the Barb. So many people, if you say anything about Nicki Minaj, believe me, I've been in some X debates, and I've said stuff about Nicki that I'm getting DMs and.
Hey, who's worse? Who's worse? Nicki fans, Drake fans, or LeBron fans?
Probably Nicki, bro.
Really?
Probably Nicki, yeah, because it's men, it's girls, it's every type of person you could think of coming at you saying, talking reckless, finding pictures of me and my family, like, hey, crazy stuff. And
they doxing you, bro.
They hold it. You. Hey, facts. But wow. they hold it down for Nicki. And whenever anybody will say anything about her when it came to certain conversations, they will be right there to be like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. since this drop, you ain't heard nothing from the Barbs. Like, I think it shook them and kind of like caught them off guard to
Off
where they're
guard.
like, whoa, like, what do we say about this? So
What
I know
does that do? What does that do to your psyche when you have been glazing this person, you know, for years, and then only for them to say something that you vehemently disagree with? And it, like, what does that do? Like, what does that do to the conscious mind?
It gotta shake them to the core, bro. Like, it has to, because it's like I believed in this person. It's like, hey, we grew up, you know, we always mentioning WWE, WCW wrestling. You know, it was when you saw your favorite wrestler who was a face finally turn heel, and you was just like, no, like Hulk Hogan, once he ended up being the third guy in NWO, it had people like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, if like John Cena finally turning heel, right? How everybody was shook and was like, yo, what's going on? And I think that's what this situation was. So to see that, it's going to be interesting to see what Nikki's career is going to be the rest of this way. But it's a lot of people in hip hop are talking and they aren't fans in this move. And she hasn't dropped music in a while. I don't know if she's going to be dropping any music anytime soon. It's crazy.
My encouragement to the Barbs, former Barbs, current Barbs, hey, just get politically active. I think people, you don't necessarily have to agree with me. We don't have to see life through the same prism in order for me to call you my countryman. But I do believe that the more people are politically aware, politically educated, politically active, that only bodes well for our republic. Because at the current juncture, we on life support. You know, we are hanging on by like mere threads. And so I don't agree with what Nikki has begun to espouse, but as somebody who is politically aware, someone who is politically active, someone who is politically educated, I got a degree from UCLA in political science. I think it's super important for people to exercise their First Amendment and to get out of their thought silos. I think you need to have your beliefs challenged. Your beliefs aren't widely held if you never have to defend them, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that it's important, you know, it's important. Get out there and talk. Get out there and
you know,
and canvas
step out of your
comfort
zone. Step out of your comfort zone, and you know, have some conversations that you may not always win, you know, come out on top of, but you know, you able to learn different views of people and see how they move and how they think, and be able to share your views in front of people who may disagree with you saying, just to have that, you know.
And the craziest thing, bro, is that when you really like begin to talk to people and you peel back the layers and the onions, you see that everybody pretty much hit on like most issues outside of like 3 or 4 different ones. More people are centrists than you know, right wing or far left, right? And it's crazy because if you sit up here and listen to the media, you think that there's only, you know, far right and far left, and it's like most people literally are centrist.
In between.
So
so crazy situation. Let's see what happened next for Nicki Minaj, and we thank everybody for tapping in Christmas Eve. Hold on,
bro. You tripping, bro? I gotta ask you. This the most important question. What's your favorite Christmas? Hey man, don't listen. Santa Claus is getting ready to drop off presents, bro. Don't get it twisted. I had to come out here to join my homies.
Hey, my ugly Christmas sweater going up. So it is Christmas. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate it. If you
happy
don't,
Hanukkah,
love to you.
Merry Kwanzaa.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa. Much love to you. Before we go, what are some of your favorite like Christmas family traditions or things that your family has done through the years that you know hold dear to you?
So you know the movie a Christmas Story.
Yeah, Ralphie lick the pole.
Ralphie, yeah, bro, that is my movie, bro. I triple dog dare you. You know what I'm saying? That movie from I'm trying to think of when it came out, bro. Late 80s, mid 80s, late 80s. I just remember me, my brother, my sister, moms and pops we used to sit around. My pops used to make the best popcorn in the world on the stove. He hit it with the Lawry's, you know, and we'd have like, bro, we'd have like a huge tub of popcorn, and we just sit up there and watch that movie 4 or 5 times because it was a marathon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'd show it back to back to back to back. So we watched that, and then me and my pops, we'd watch Die Hard, because Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And if you disagree, then you don't know what you're talking about. But like, yeah, like we were poor, bro. So I ain't really getting no gifts. It wasn't because like we didn't celebrate, like we just didn't have money to. So like a lot of my traditions and memories are rooted in just like my family. I remember I was on punishment. I remember I was on punishment for a whole year. I was locked up in my room for a whole year. My mom's gave me a whole bunch of books. She gave me James Baldwin. She gave me Nikki Giovanni. she gave me like all of the black classics, Langston Hughes. And I remember Christmas Day, she was like, all right, you are off punishment. You can go outside. And somehow, some way, I managed to get a whole nother year, bro. Like on Christmas Day. That's how off the chain I was, bro. So like 5-star E was early in the works, bro.
5-star. Man, I just remember growing up, man, just of course tapping in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like my fam was watching all of the Christmas movies as well. Home Alone, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, it's about that time, Home Alone going up. But then sports also played a big part of it too, man. Like we looked forward to these Christmas games, and being Laker fans, you know, we knew that the Lakers were going to have a marquee matchup. And, you know, one of the memories that stuck out to me was 2008, when I remember the Suns had knocked the Lakers out back-to-back years. I'm like, will they finally get over them? And Mamba finally got over them. Trevor Ariza dunked on a guy trying to take a charge. Kobe had a nice reverse dunk, and the Lakers finally beat them. And it was like, yo, here they come. And the Lakers made the finals that year. They didn't win, but they got the team in the West that gave them a problem out the way, and they won the next 2. So basketball was huge, watching Shaq and Kobe, and, you know, T-Mac versus LeBron. I remember that. I remember a Chiefs Christmas night. You know, it wasn't set that you were going to see the Chiefs. And I remember they played Sunday night in Kansas City versus the Broncos. Michael Bennett hits the sideline for a big touchdown run. And it was like, oh, like it's lit. So sports was a big part of it, but it's just mostly family, chilling, you know, getting our Christmas.
No sideline pop.
Nah,
like
we ain't really.
Oh,
Thanksgiving was more of like, let's get outside and get active. But like Christmas Day was like, man, we with the fam and we locked in. Granny's coming over, aunties, like people may popping. Oh yeah, everybody cooking, we eating good, chilling, praising Jesus. Thank you for another year. You know what I'm saying? So Christmas, man, like it's always a good time. It's the eggnog and brandy going up as an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just good vibes, and you know, I'm hopeful.
Hey, I gotta ask you. Did y'all ever go to Inglewood to see the lights? Like when the Avs used to have like the competitions?
Nah, we would go to either we would go drive through Torrance, or I have an aunt that stays in Rancho Cucamonga. We would go in those neighborhoods, and it would like be all lit up. But other than that, bro, honestly, we were just in the crib and on the street, like whatever we had new, we on the sticks playing the game, or we outside on scooters and, you know, throwing the football. Like it was just all on the block, and, you know, seeing the homies on the block, like, bro, what you get? Like, oh man, like, oh, you got a new football, throw it. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, all right, after you do that, come in the house, we about to eat, we with the family, you can see them tomorrow. But yeah, Christmas always been turned up, bro.
Yeah, man. I miss that, bro. You know, when the kids would be outside, like showing one another, like, hey man, I got this bike. Like, man, I remember there was one year, like 3 of us got bikes, bro. So like we built ramps. We out there just hitting like wheelies off
Negro X Games.
Man, listen. You know, you find like an old brick wall, take some bricks off, you know, some wood, and
Yeah.
you guys making makeshift ramps, man. So I just miss that, man. Like I drive around sometimes, bro. I never see kids
See the
outside,
youth, you know?
and
They
I'm
on their
like,
tablets, they on the sticks, you know what I'm saying? Which we played the game, but we was outside because I get a new basketball, so we in the backyard hooping and things like that. So
I ain't gonna even stun. They don't know it, but I just copped the PS5, and then I saw it.
ooh,
Man, listen, I'm about to get real back. I'm about to get back in Madden heavy.
yeah. Oh, you got the
Listen,
stream, Misfit stream.
all right, listen, we own it. But then I don't know if you saw on Instagram, man, they had like this little stick that you could plug into the back of your TV that have a whole bunch of like retro games.
Mhm.
So it's like some stick that got like 60,000 games. So I'm about to show my kids Super Mario, Mike Tyson's Punch Out,
Hey,
Excite Bike,
show
Sonic,
them if they like basketball, if it's on there,
Double Dribble, Double
the
Dribble.
greatest basketball game ever created, NBA Street Volume 2. Show them if it's on there.
Over NBA Jam, NBA Street over NBA
over
Jam.
NBA Jam.
Nah,
That game was the greatest. We're gonna have to hit the streets and ask people, but Volume 2, NBA Street, they had the legends. It was legendary, bro. You create your player, you get a nickname, all that. I remember when I got that game, I was like, oh, we up.
Bro, I used to love just smashing buttons when NBA Jam was loading, and it'd be like some random code, and you come out, you got like Forever Turbo, or you Angel start off on fire. Like what? Man, get out of here.
Hey, we thank you guys for tapping in with us on Christmas Eve. You took your time out and sat here and listened to us do our thing, talk our talk. I'm about to go head out to a Christmas celebration as we speak, so I got to get ready for that. But man, we thank you guys, man. We appreciate you guys. You guys are our greatest gift here with the Misfits. Our people that are fans, our viewers, people that show love. We thank you so much. Shout out to TST, the Sporting Tribune, showing love. Go and check out the articles. Check out the Sporting Tribune today. Shout out my guy Grant Arash Markazi. We got some good sports coming up this weekend. We're gonna be back next week to talk all about it. Elam, get us up out of here, man.
Hey, we are the Misfits, where we encourage you not to fit in, but find a way to stand out. That's Mykell Mathieu, Mykell the PG, little bro, as I refer to him as. But catch his work everywhere, man. MLB, FI 360, and of course here on the Sporting Tribune. I'm your guy, Elam, Eric Lambkins II, also of the Culver City Observer, FI 360, and the Sporting Tribune. Listen, being with you is a gift that I will unwrap again and again. Thank you for tuning in, tapping in with us. We truly appreciate your time, your attention, your support. Catch us on Monday night after the football game.
After the game,
we will be here.
Yeah,
we not gonna do a hiatus like this. We have some stuff, some scheduling conflicts, but I want to give a special shout out to producer Ben, who is behind the scenes, that is putting in so much work for the brand. Listen, B Pap, I truly appreciate you. I salute you, man. Thank you so much for riding with us, rocking with us. There is no Misfits without you.
Hey, y'all think my takes are terrible? Wait till y'all hear Ben talk about.
Hey, Ben be on point. Ben knows ball, but he just doesn't like the camera. He doesn't like screen time. But hey, from my family to yours, thank you. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Please be safe. If you're drinking, stay where you are. Do not hit the road. And remember, Jesus is the reason for the season. Until then, I'm Elam. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.